Hello, Sagittarius. So welcome to your reading for the month of July. If you're new here, I'm Jenny. I'm a shamanic healer. I am a women's coach and I host retreats. I also do these oracle card readings at least once a month here on YouTube. I've got some meditations as well as some health and fitness content here. I'm just going to get us started with a little bit of the energy of Palo Santo. I want you to trust that even if you're not here in the presence of the Palo Santo, even if you can't smell it, or maybe you can if you're connected with your clairsalience, that it's not the smudge or the smoke that raises our energy, but it's the spirit of the Palo Santo tree. So thank you, Sacred Palo Santo, for raising our energy, for raising the energy of the environment that we're currently in as we are together here in this video. Now, I will pull some cards today from the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle. This is by Kelly Smith. I always have the link down below in the description box for all of the oracle decks that I use. I like to use this one primarily. I call it my OG deck as well as my Tough Love deck because it is the one that I've used the longest, the one that I use the most. I use it in a lot of my one-on-one sessions, in my group coaching programs, and here on YouTube. And I also call it my Tough Love deck because it does exactly that. It sometimes calls us on our shit, and let's be real, we do need that every now and again, don't we? Let's see what is the primary energy coming through for the Sagittarius Collective for the month of July, or whenever this video may find you. I know that these videos sometimes find you outside of the month, and that's okay. There's no such thing as a coincidence. You are meant to hear these messages exactly when they come to you. In Sagittarius, the primary energy I'm getting for you is spiritual gifts, and look at that, it's a number 8, and I think that's a very auspicious number. That's telling us that you are really starting to connect more with your own spiritual gifts. And I know my husband's a Sagittarius, and he just recently had this experience where we just sold our house, and that's wonderful. We've been manifesting this for a long time, and now it's happened, and we're going to be moving here in a few weeks. And when we put up the sold sign, he said he felt the energy of the neighborhood coming at us, and that makes perfect sense. You know, when a house sells, it's like, oh my gosh, they sold their house. I can't believe they're leaving, you know, all these different things. Remember that your energy, your spiritual gifts, they could come to you in a number of different ways. And the way that that comes to one person is going to be different from the way that your spiritual gifts show up for another person. We all have them. We all have intuitive gifts. It's just a matter of how strong they are, how much we use them, how much we trust them. As a former health and fitness coach, I like to say that our intuition is like any other muscle. So the more that we use it, the more that we exercise it, the more that we practice it, the stronger that it is. Maybe you see spirit or see visions when you're meditating, or even when you're closing your eyes in the shower, going for a walk, things like that. Maybe you don't see anything at all. And sometimes I find when I'm working with someone who can't see per se with their mind's eye, that they feel like they don't really have intuitive gifts. But then I was just talking to my sister-in-law recently, who's not super connected with her intuitive gifts, but she was telling me, like, I don't know why, but I always feel really drained after I work with clients. Well, that's because she has a lot of clair empathy. So she's feeling the emotions of the people that she works with. And that's a very valid and strong and powerful gift in itself. Some of us will hear spirit, some of us will feel spirit on our physical body. Some of us will get a gut feeling or a strong inner knowing, or even a bad taste in our mouth. There's lots of different ways that your intuition can show up for you, but it feels to me like in the month of July, there's a very strong energy here that your spiritual gifts are going to begin to start showing themselves more than they have in the past, and probably more than you're used to. So I encourage you to practice them. So how do you practice your intuitive gifts? Well, trusting them for starters. Let me give you an example. Let's say, for example, somebody invites you to go to an event and you're just not really feeling it. You're like, you have this gut feeling and you're like, I don't know, I don't think I should go. But you don't want to rock the boat. You want to appease people. You know, your friend's been telling you, oh, you haven't been out with us in a long time. Would you please come, please come, please come? And even though your intuition says no, you say yes. That's ignoring your intuition. So if in that example you said, no, I'm really not feeling it, I'm going to stay home tonight, that would be trusting your intuition, and that is going to then strengthen your intuition. Or let's say, for example, you close your eyes, you're meditating, you're in the shower, you're going for a walk, you're receiving intuitive gifts. Maybe you see a spirit animal when you close your eyes. So trusting your intuition and exercising your intuition would be then looking up, what does that animal represent? What messages, what wisdom, what medicine does that animal represent for you? And how can you use that in your day-to-day life? How can you carry that message from the animal and into your day-to-day life and take action on it? That would be trusting your intuition. Let's see what else is coming through for the month of July. And if you are going to be staying with me for the extended reading afterwards, you can also find the link for that down below in the description box. I'll pull some clarifiers as well as a message from the Inspire, Change, and Healing deck. This one will give us a message from an archangel as well as a crystal. The Moonology deck, which is great because we've got a full moon coming up here on the 10th of July, and then of course a new moon later on in the month, and an animal spirit as well. Now, when you join me for the extended, not only do you get access to an additional reading, but you also get access to the Sacred Self-Empowered Community membership, where we go live on Zoom at least twice a month, once for a ceremony that we do together, and the second one is for a group reading. So if you want some one-on-one time together, that's a great option if you're not looking for the full hour-long one-on-one session. So let's see what else is coming up for the energy of July. What would be the biggest challenge for the Sagittarius collective? Because let's look at the good, the bad, and the ugly here, right? Yes, it's wonderful getting spiritual gifts, but if we kind of know what our challenges are going to be before they get here, we can really do a good job of working through them, harnessing these energies, working with these energies, and really doing our best to raise our energy so that we can show up as our best when these challenges do come to us. So, okay, I'm getting increase, and this card is coming in reverse. It was upside down when I pulled it out. Now, every card reader reads their cards differently. For me, when it's in reverse, that's a great big exclamation mark at the end. It's like, pay extra attention. So the increase card tells us that you've already mastered the art of manifestation. And when we have the evidence that we've already manifested something, we can tune into that energy to manifest more. A lot of the times we don't like to take credit for the things that we manifest, because sometimes we manifest, oh, interesting. My throat chakra is really activated right now. So I feel like some of you may be manifesting things you don't want. I was going to say that. My throat's been fine all day long. Why is it all of a sudden being activated? Because I'm tuning into the energy of the Sagittarius collective. So we don't like to take credit when we're manifesting things that we don't want, but let's be real. We're manifesting all day, every day. We're consciously manifesting what we do want by being an active participation in our manifestations, or we're subconsciously manifesting what we don't want. And what I mean by that is that the average human has between 60 and 90,000 thoughts in a day. Most of them are repeating, most of them are negative, and most of them are subconscious. So if most of our thoughts are in the subconscious, and they're negative and repeating, that means that we are manifesting stuff that we don't want, the worry, the doubt, the fear, the insecurity. Again, with this card being in reverse, it's telling me that your biggest challenge could be manifesting what you don't want, manifesting what you're afraid of. So be very mindful with your words this month, Sagittarius. That's really, really important for you. Our words are spells, right? Our words are spells. And I know some people who do like hypnotherapy and NLP and things like that, and they're always talking about the power of our words. And that's so true. Be very mindful of words like always and never. You know, this is Spirituality 101, the law of attraction, right? Like, go and read The Secret if you need to. It can be really helpful. I mean, The Secret helped me at the beginning of my journey. My spiritual awakening began 14 years ago when my kids were small. And The Secret really did help me. I'm getting a wake-up call card for you as well. The wake-up call card comes in the... Oh my gosh, this is like a trajectory change for you, Sagittarius. So the wake-up call card, it can come sometimes in the form of an illness. I don't want to scare you. I want to empower you, okay? Again, if we know what the challenges are, then we can do our best to work with the energies, to prevent them, to lessen them, to be an active participant in co-creating our lives with the universe, right? The wake-up call card can also be a job change, and it's usually quite sudden. It can be a move. It can be a relationship breakdown. But the wake-up call card in this deck is kind of like the tower card in the tarot deck. So it's like it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. Whatever this wake-up call is that happens in the month of July, and you'll have to let me know, has this already happened? These videos are coming out a little bit late this month because I have been purging and packing. Again, we sold our house, yay! But now we have to get ready to move, so the real work begins. So let me know what this wake-up call card is, and where are you reading for as well? You could be reading for your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus, absolutely anywhere in your chart. For me, this is a cross-watcher video for me. I'm watching for my husband. As I'm reading these messages, I'm thinking, okay, how does this affect my husband? Well, we are going to move for sure. And yes, he's absolutely got to be mindful of his words. I don't want him to manifest not finding a new home to move into, right? What will help Sagittarius the most to move through this challenge in the month ahead, please? What will help Sagittarius move through their challenges the most, besides what we've already talked about here? Okay, awakening. So, I mean, this is tying perfectly in with the spiritual gifts card that you received earlier. So the awakening card says that you are taking control of your life. You are really owning the fact that you are co-creating your life with the universe. You can manifest the outcome that you want. And I'm getting for you, Sag, really, really stay grounded this month, okay? Touch grass. I know that doesn't sound very nice, but seriously, touch grass, because those small moments of grounding can help calm down the central nervous system. If there's a lot of worry, fear, anxiety, overwhelm going on, which I feel like for a lot of you there will be with this wake-up call card and the increase being in reverse here, like, if you are worried about your manifestations not coming true, that is going to cause your vibration to dip. And I feel like for some of you, that could mean even going into some unhealthy coping mechanisms like substances, binge eating, drinking, doing other substances, or screen time, like excessive screen time. Take a look at your screen time and see where it's at. If it's like 4 hours a day, well, carve like half an hour of that into going outside and really grounding, connecting to the earth. That's going to calm down your central nervous system. And again, I'm going to go back to my husband here because he's a Sag sun and rising. So these Sagittarius readings usually do hit him pretty hard. And he was super overwhelmed. And last night he decided in the evening to go and play with our daughter in the backyard and the dogs. And it was so nice. And he literally took off his shoes. It's not very much like him. I'm always barefoot, but not him. He took off his shoes and he put his bare feet in the ground. And even though it was overwhelming, even though the house was a state of chaos because we're getting ready for a garage sale and we're purging and we're packing and all this stuff, I saw him totally relax when he was out there, and it was really beautiful to see. So I feel like for a lot of you, that is going to be something that helps you throughout the entire month of July. Don't just watch this and do it and then forget about it. This feels like a practice for you to incorporate daily into your life. You might hear some background noise here. I got 2 puppies in the office with me. They both want to be near me. One of them shaking his head. He's going to walk over top of his sister. They might pop their heads into this video. We'll have to wait and see. If you guys don't know, I have 2 Great Danes and they are wonderful, and they're going to be excited when they have a new home. Let me tell you, probably just about as excited as I am. All right. So what will help the Sagittarius collective align with their highest path, their highest purpose, and their highest timeline in the month ahead, please? What will help Sag align? What's coming up? Okay, my cards are getting really sticky all of a sudden. It means that there's multiple messages that'll probably come through here. We might get a couple of them for sure. Okay, there's one. Anything else, please? For the Sagittarius collective, what will help them align with their highest path, their highest purpose, their highest timeline? Okay, you're getting 3, actually. Look at this. Oh, very cool. Okay, I love all of these. First one, Seeker of Truth. Oh, here we go. We got a puppy. Kisses, kisses. Oh, what a nice puppy. This is Gracie, everyone. If you haven't met Gracie, she's very sweet. She's a very, very sweet girl. Grossy Gracie, we call her, because she burps a lot. You might hear her in the background. Seeker of Truth. So there is some sort of unhidden truth, or some sort of hidden truth that you can feel the truth behind. Like, whatever your circumstances are, you can feel the truth behind it. It's not what it seems. And what I really encourage you to do is to call in eagle medicine. Maybe you're seeing eagles, if you are, this is your confirmation. If you're not, maybe hearing eagles. We'll see what animal shows up for you in the extended reading too. I would laugh if it was an eagle. So you can feel the hidden truth behind your circumstances right now. And again, this feels like an empowerment message. Like you are in control of co-creating your life. And it might feel like things are not working out, but you can do what you have control of in order to help align yourself to your highest path, your highest purpose, your highest destiny. Raise your energy. For me, I call this energy hygiene. So cleanse your energy, ground your energy, protect your energy every day, probably multiple times a day, especially if you work with other people, you're around other people, you're in different environments, things like that. You know, like sometimes you walk into a workplace or an office or a shop or someone's house or even your own office, and you walk in and the air feels thick. That means that the energy needs to be cleansed. I always smudge this office before I do these videos because who knows what energy is still in here. Maybe the dogs came in and they were stressed out because they saw a deer out the window or something, or somebody rang the doorbell, who knows. So I like to smudge the office. You can use Palo Santo, you can use Florida water, that's my favorite. You can use crystals, selenite's great for cleansing your energy. You can use bells, drums, rattles, things like that. There's lots of different ways, even visualization, visualizing golden light coming down from up here and cleansing away all of your energy, grounding your energy. I already talked about, get outside, put your bare feet on the earth, and protecting your energy. That's going to be different for all of us. I like to pray for protection or put up a bubble or bring in that golden light all the way around me as well. I'm also getting the entrepreneur card for you as well, Sagittarius. So your soul is longing for something that's more aligned with your purpose. Okay. So whatever you're doing for work right now, if it's not for yourself, if you've been thinking about like some sort of side hustle or taking your side hustle and making it a full-time thing, scaling your business, things like that, this is your confirmation. If that's not where you're at right now, I feel like there's something that you've been thinking about. And this is going to be different for every Sagittarius, right? But there's something that you've been thinking about, something that you enjoy. Let me tell you about a client that I have. She just sent me this video. She gifted me a plant, and that was so sweet of her. And I had a question about it because I'm not familiar with this plant. So I said, hey, you know, it's growing an extra thing over here. Should I just chop it off and make another baby out of it? Is that how it works with this plant? I don't really know this plant very well. And she sent me all these videos, and she showed me the plants that she had and how they like to grow and how, you know, don't cut it. Actually, I know a lot of plants, you want to repot it and make babies and all those things, but not this one. This one likes to grow long and, you know, extend its arms and all those things. And I was like, oh my gosh, you didn't ask me this, but it feels to me like this is something that you could do as a profession. You could do this as a side hustle. You could, you know, grow these plants and sell these plants and educate people about these plants. I mean, I am a plant mama. I know a lot of plants, but this particular one, it's called a hoo-ha or something, a hoo-ha plant? I'm not sure. Anyways, I've had it for a couple of years now, and I did try to cut it before and make babies, and only 1 out of my 3 babies survived. That's why I was asking her this time when it was ready. It looked like it was ready to be repotted again. And she schooled me. I had no idea. She schooled me. So I felt like that was something that she would be really good at. And she got back to me. She's like, oh my God, it's such a good idea. I love working with plants. You know, I've been thinking about doing a side hustle. So if you have been thinking about doing some sort of side hustle, think about what do you love to do? What are you really good at? What are you really knowledgeable about that other people might not be knowledgeable about? Another one of my business clients, she's a homesteader, and many of you know that I am on my way to homesteading. We're looking for an acreage right now. I want to do chickens and goats and bees and all my own food, like all of my own food, fruits, vegetables, herbs, everything. And, I only know how to grow this many things, but I want to grow this many things. So my client who's a homesteader, I'm like, hey, you know, can you teach me about homesteading? Like, I'll pay you to come and help me plan my garden and like what plants go next to what plants and all these different things. So whatever it is that you are good at, whatever it is that you enjoy, whatever it is that you're passionate about, that is what you're meant to do for a living. Okay. And then finally, along with these messages here, I'm getting the self-love card. Okay. So again, pouring into your cup, there is a huge need for you to put yourself first. You cannot pour from an empty cup, Sagittarius. You just cannot. You've got to overflow your own cup, and then you pour from the saucer underneath, right? So if you are giving to everybody else but not to yourself, if you're giving to your boss and your kids and your spouse and your family and your friends, but you're not taking that time for yourself, even if it's just, a few moments every day, you deserve to take that time. One of the things that I teach in my 16-week program, Nourish Your Temple, is to make a morning ritual non-negotiable. For myself, I like to bookend my day. So I do the morning ritual and the evening ritual. And that is when I feel the most centered. That's when I feel the most fulfilled, when I take that time for myself. So you're learning that your capacity to love others is directly linked to your capacity to love yourself as well. So not only is pouring self-love going to help fill your cup, but it's also going to help you show up as your best in your relationships. Again, your spouse, your parents, your children, your siblings, your friends, your coworkers, your clients, your boss, everyone is going to benefit when you take care of you. Okay, Sagittarius, I am going to leave that here. I will dive a little deeper. We'll do some clarifiers and we'll pull some additional cards in the extended reading. If you are new to my energy and you are enjoying this reading, please hit that subscribe button so that you can see me next time. I would love to hear how this is landing with you, and if it's speaking to you, please like this video, and I'll see you next time.